Yo, everybody, welcome back to the motherfucking Minority Sports Report Wrestling Edition.
Ooh.
I'm Big Black. Come out,
and I'm Scheme Doll.
Scheme. No, sir. Those are really shitty Warriors.
Yeah, that was terrible. I didn't even notice that was the Warriors.
Yeah, because you aren't fucking listening as usual.
Sorry, I'm checking the Bruin score, so fuck you.
See, I called it. I knew you was distracted, nigga. No, sir. Are they still undefeated?
No, they have one overtime loss and they're fucking losing to the Panthers right now.
Fucking Florida teams. I know this is wrestling, but we like all the things.
Yeah. Anywho, guess we'll jump into the shit. So Dynamite kicked off with the Dynamite Diamond Ring on the line. MJF going for his 5th consecutive Dynamite Diamond Ring versus Juice Robinson. Well, not his 5th consecutive. He's 5th defense of his ring, because it's not like he got 5 Dynamite Diamond rings.
Good clarification.
But yeah, so solid match. Obviously with Juice and the Bullet Club. Not only are you fighting him, you're fighting the entire Bullet Club.
Every time.
But MJF pulled it off, and he was able to keep his ring and keep on using that to pull out his trunks and punch people in the face. But he hasn't done that recently, so
he sure hasn't. Oh, that's funny. Not since Adam Cole came into his life.
Yeah, for real. Since he's gone full face.
That's funny.
Which we'll also get into when we jump over to Collision. But anyway, again, MJF defeated Juice Robinson to keep his Dynamite Diamond Ring. All kinds of shenanigans went off at the end of the match. Bullet Club Gold were jumping him, and then the Acclaim came out to make the save. But obviously MJF doesn't want anything to do with Max Caster because of that stalker shit that Max Caster is doing, which is fucking hilarious.
Fucking hilarious.
But yeah, they made the save for him, and he just kind of walked off after that, from what I remember. Yeah. Jumping over to the next match, we had Hook and RVD teaming up. So Taz's son, Hook, and RVD. Obviously, Taz, ECW legend. So is RVD. So it was crazy seeing RVD and fucking Taz's son together.
In Philly.
But they were up against, in Philly. And I mentioned it when we were watching the show. I was like, it would only have been better if they were at the ECW arena.
Yeah, that would have been fucking crazy.
I mean, AEW kind of outgrew that arena a while ago.
Yeah, they did.
But yeah, so Hook and RVD were taking on the Dark Order, the team of Alex Reynolds and John Silver, or as we've been referring to them, the Darker Dark Order, because
Dark Order.
They're going back to their roots, their Brody Lee days when they were like full heels and doing all kinds of heelish shit.
Yeah,
but Hook and RVD were able to get the win in this one. Got a good old 5-star frog splash, and then I believe Hook got the red rum for the win, aka the Taz mission. But yeah, solid match.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Yeah, I was honestly so lost in that moment of just like, I was watching wrestling, but I was just tripping like, yo, I can't believe this is happening like 30 fucking years later. Like,
yeah,
that whole match, I was just fucking tripping.
But yeah, so that happened, and then we had the Hardy Party versus the Hung Bucks for the Ring of Honor 6-man tag team championship. So we had the Hardys, Jeff and Matt, with Isaiah Cassidy, Brother Zay, teaming up against the Young Bucks and Adam Page, who were defending their Ring of Honor 6-man championship. And this was a good match all around. I enjoyed it, but obviously Young Bucks and Hangman got the win there. But the big news out of this match, which kind of trumped everything, was after the match, Swerve and Prince Nana popped up on the stage. Apparently, they broke into Hangman's house.
Oh yeah,
yeah. They were. From the way it seemed like the house was empty, But then when he went to the baby's room and was talking over the crib, he made it seem like the baby was there. So I don't know if they were trying to imply that his wife and child were sleeping at 8 o'clock in the afternoon, like 8 o'clock at night.
Well, time zones. You don't know where they're at. It's an undisclosed location.
It's Virginia, right? Isn't that East Coast time?
Yeah. But trust me, you don't.
Anywho.
You get sleep when you can when you have a newborn. Trust.
True that. So I mean, it was realistic. The baby could have been asleep, but you break into somebody's house and nobody's gonna confront you. Like, you telling me nobody was there?
I'm telling you, dog. Brian Pillman was just off camera.
Brian Pillman's ghost was there with a gun.
Waiting, dog. Oh shit!
Look that up if you don't know what we're talking about.
I'm so glad you reminded me of that shit.
Brian Pillman Stone Cold gun incident. Just look that shit up.
Because I was like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about? And you're like, look, watch it. And I was like, nigga, I had totally forgot about that fucking arc, yo.
Yeah, WWE got into a lot of trouble for that little shit, but it was wild when they aired it. But yeah, so like I said, Swerve and Prince Nana were in Hangman's house, basically just talking a lot of shit, still trying to go after Hangman. So yeah, we'll see where that goes from here. Obviously, we're gonna get some kind. It's probably gonna lead to a Texas death match or some kind of crazy match. Knowing Hangman, and I know Swerve seems to be down for all kinds of shit.
Yeah,
because I know he was part of CZW back in the day, so like he's willing to do death match shit if he needs to.
Yeah,
boy, at least he used to be.
Niggas is crazy.
Yeah. Jumping over to Hikaru Shida, defending her women's world championship against Ruby Soho, girl. So yeah, this was a solid match. From what I remember, yeah, Saraya wasn't there. Saraya wasn't in Ruby's corner. Ruby came out by herself. I don't know if Saraya was not there at all. Well, she must not have been there at all.
Yes,
I would assume she would have came out, or at least came out at the entrance and like walked back. You know what I mean? Like they usually do for that kind of stuff.
Escorted her.
Yeah, well, yeah, to the top of the stage, but she wasn't there at all from what I remember. And Hikaru Shida defeated Ruby Soho, and then after the match, crazy ass Toni Storm came down and did her thing. And remember, I mentioned, is that Luther behind her?
It was
Luther.
It was?
So apparently Luther is no longer Dr. Luther, the like deathmatch king guy. What? He's going by Luther, Lutha, and his nickname is the Butler. Okay. And from what I've seen on the AEW roster, him and Toni Storm's pictures are in black and white.
Well, because he's been in the
black
videos.
And white vignettes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's some kind of character change for him, possibly just get him back on TV more or what the case is. But yeah, so that is him with Toni Storm.
Do you have an extra light on?
I have my ceiling light and my regular light. Why?
I was just making sure.
Is it bothering you?
No. I was just making sure because I remember the other day you're like, "Fuck, I forgot to turn off something light," and I was like, "Shit."
Oh no, I didn't turn my light on.
It was on. My bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I meant to say I didn't see Luther in those, but they referred to him in those like little vignettes during the commercial breaks.
Yeah, the vignettes. I haven't paid attention to the vignettes at all.
RJ City's been in them, but
has he?
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't really paid attention when they show them shits. But I did when they walked out and I seen him. I was like, "Is that fucking Luther?" Because it looked just like him. And I was like, "Yeah." I wasn't expecting that kind of a character change, but yeah, so it definitely was him.
That's crazy. I was. I was like, nah, that's not him.
It definitely is. So we'll see what happens with Luther and Ruby. Luther and Toni going forward. Well, she does have her. The reason she came out is because she got her title shot against Hikaru Shida at the next pay-per-view. And we have Blackpool Combat Club, which is Danielson and Claudio Castagnoli taking on the team of Orange Cassidy and Kazuchika Okada. Yeah, this was a fucking great match all around. Really enjoyed the shit out of it.
Okada's
so much shit went off. but the ending, Claudio and Bryan Danielson picked up the win. But after Danielson took an orange punch and the what is it called, the Rainmaker,
From Okada.
Yeah, the clothesline that he does, his finisher. And apparently, initially I thought it was
I thought it was too.
Injury. Because normally when a wrestler gets injured, they roll out of the ring and completely disappear. This motherfucker rolled to the apron right in front of a camera.
Yeah.
So I was like,
I thought it was a cell too. I mean, yeah.
But he did seem like he was in a lot of pain. I mean, obviously he could have been selling, but it just seemed very odd that he would just roll to the apron and not like completely out of the ring. Granted, it was the very end of the match, but it did seem like it was part of the storyline. But Danielson did break his orbital bone, had to have surgery, and he is going to be out for a while. Another thing that kind of confirmed it, but before all the reports came out that he definitely needed surgery and it wasn't a fake injury and all that shit, was so I've seen something on social media where somebody was like, why would they do a kayfabe injury with like on the last few months of his contract? Basically, like at the tail end of his AEW contract. Doesn't make sense. So I was like, oh yeah, that's true. But yeah, so we'll see.
See him next
how long
year.
He's going to be out for. Apparently, that's going to cause him not to wrestle for New Japan at Wrestle Kingdom. From what I heard, he was supposed to have a match with them.
Listen, we're all too familiar with orbital bone injuries, unfortunately. So he's going to be out for a while.
Yeah.
It's going to be at least a year. I'm thinking.
I don't know if it's going to be that
I'll
long.
say like 6 months. 6 to 8 months.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a while.
It's going to be a while.
Who knows? We'll see if maybe he extends his contract to finish his plans, or if this just cuts everything short. Who knows? We'll find out soon, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the main event of Dynamite, which great ending there, great match there, but the ending was a little off because, like I said, I definitely thought it was a fake injury.
Oh yeah, me too.
Until all the shit happened at the end. But yeah, jumping over to Rampage, which I actually missed. We had Santana taking on Ortiz in their little grudge match. I definitely want to go back and check this one out. But apparently Santana defeated Ortiz in a solid match from what I'm seeing here.
Nice.
For some reason, Sanjay Dutt came out and talked to Ortiz after the match, whispered something that appeared to get Ortiz to follow him backstage. Interesting.
Okay. All
right. So yeah, definitely got to check that shit out. Then from what I did hear about this one, Sky Blue, Willow Nightingale, Anna Jay, and Abaddon all went at it. Your girl Abaddon coming back after
injury.
Shit, what was it like?
It was an injury.
A year or something?
Yeah,
off TV.
Yeah, she got injured in was it WrestlePro? Was that the name of the shit? But she got injured in another promotion, and she's just got cleared last week.
Wait, what is this?
Oh, Abaddon.
Oh, okay. Apparently, Kip Sabian and Penelope before this match, Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford came out and then was confronted by Mark Briscoe. So Mark Briscoe is back.
Nice, good for that. Awesome.
Yeah, good to see them boy back in the
that boy
AEW. That boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Fatal 4-Way, Sky Blue, Willow Nightingale, Anna Jay, Abaddon, all going at it for its shot at Hikaru Shida's championship on Collision. And this one ended up getting won by your girl Abaddon.
Two dope bitches.
I thought she had an Abaddon figure for a second. I was like, wait.
No, I wish. Every time you say Shida, I pick it up and like fucking model it. Because I'm a mark for fucking Hikaru Shida.
But yeah, so Abaddon picked up the win there in her first match back on TV.
Yeah, great
for her.
Yeah. She's going to get a huge push, I think. Because the women's division is getting hot right now. It's like, it's almost on fire. It's smoldering with all the storylines and like all the development. And it's like, I kind of feel like a lot of the chicks are comfortable with what they're doing now, and it shows. So I'm excited to see where the women's division goes over the next year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah. And so this one, like I said, won by Abaddon. So she moves on to Collision to take on Hikaru Shida. I was waiting for the figure. Never mind.
I know. I was
then we had
wiping my nose.
Then we had
about to sneeze and shit.
Kyle Fletcher from Aussie Open taking on Konosuke Takeshita in a singles match. This one, from what I read, was a good match, but there's no result on this one. From what I remember, I believe Takeshita got the win in this one, but this site doesn't have the result on there. And
those motherfuckers.
But yeah, so after the match is where all the good shit happened. Apparently, Fletcher took a chair, hit Takeshita, took him out, hit Hobbs, but Hobbs didn't react. He just kind of turned around and started choking Kyle Fletcher into the corner. And then Callis got up and like in between them was like, no, don't do it. Separated them. And then got in Kyle Fletcher's face and was like, that's what we wanted. That's the hate we wanted. This and that. Basically welcoming him to the family. So it seems like Kyle Fletcher is now part of the Callis family with Takeshita and Hobbs.
Okay. I am mad at that.
It's going to be interesting when his partner comes back. But
that's what I was going to say. Like they got
for now. Yeah, for now, it seems like he's part of this Callis family.
Nice. And then, yeah, that's tight. That's tight. Weed is tight.
But yeah, so that was the main event of Rampage. So then we jump over to Collision, where I did watch most of Collision. Well, actually, I watched the whole thing. I rewatched it. Jay White took on AR Fox to open up this show, and Jay White pinned AR Fox. Solid match. Obviously, AR Fox is a beast. Jay White is a beast.
He just came back too.
Match.
I think from injury.
AR Fox, I think this was his first match back, from what I remember seeing. But at the end of the match, MJF tried to come out of nowhere and steal his belt back, but he got stopped, and Jay White still got the belt. I think he was dressed up in all black. I think he was pretending to be like a cameraman or something on ringside, and tried to steal the belt, but they ended up getting it back from him.
That's fucking tight. I love that he's doing that with his belt. That's great.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. And then the Guns ended up staying in the ring because, well, actually, I think it might have been backstage interviews. Something happened in between. I don't remember what it was. But when they came back, Austin and Colton was still in the ring. And then Dalton Castle and the boys came out because the Guns were taking on the boys in a tag team match. Basically, as you would expect, the Guns squashed the shit out of the boys.
Right.
Picked up the win. Then we had your girl, Hikaru Shida. There we go.
Oh.
Taking on your other girl, Abaddon. In
Two dope bitches.
What do they call it?
Oh, fuck.
Friday, the Fright Night Fight Night. No, Friday Night Fight for the AEW Women's title.
Friday Night Fight.
So there was fucking styrofoam tombstones, fucking like trash cans, pumpkins, fake bones, cobwebs on the ropes, candy, like they dumped candy in the middle of the ring like it was thumbtacks, and it wasn't even like hard candies that would like hurt. There was like gummy worms and shit on the floor. I was like, what the fuck?
That's even funnier.
Yeah, it was funny as shit. But it was still, I mean, as goofy as the match theme was, obviously Halloween's coming up. Abaddon is that weird horror character. So it fit, but it was just, I don't know. It was better than the zombie shit from WWE, but not much. But it was still a good, entertaining match. Hikaru Shida picked up the win over Abaddon to keep the belt. Then we jump to Samoa Joe defending his Ring of Honor. Oh yeah, Hikaru Shida. There you go.
Oh, speaking
Samoa
of
Joe,
Polynesian Joseph, there's a Target exclusive AEW figure of him with the towel that I'm about to go cop.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Does it have the? Oh no, it probably doesn't have the Ring of Honor belt.
No. It's just it's like when he first got signed, like that.
Nice.
That Samoan Joe, that Polynesian Joseph.
Yeah, that would be a good one. But yeah, so Samoa Joe was taking on Rhett Titus, who apparently was a former Ring of Honor champ. I believe he was a television champ at some point. But yeah, obviously Samoa Joe got the win. Wouldn't say it was a squash match, but close to it.
Okay.
Then we had Ricky Starks taking on Dax Harwood in a singles match. And this one, obviously, you had cash out there for Dax. You had Big Bill out there for Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks picked up the win in a great match. House of Black ended up appearing kind of in the stands area during the match.
Okay.
And then after Starks picked up the win, Julia Hart came out onto the stage. And that's when House of Black appeared in the ring. And then out of nowhere, Roosh, Dralistico, and Preston Vance came back. Roosh, who's been out for a while, because I believe he was having visa issues or something like that.
Yeah, some shit like that.
Yeah, so he came back, and Preston Vance and all of them. So they came down and kind of stood off, weren't sure what was going to happen, who they were going to attack. And it basically, Dax and Cash teamed up with LFI, which is Roosh, Dralistico, and Preston Vance, to beat the shit out of House of Black, Ricky Starks, and Big Bill. So we're probably going to get a 10-man out of this at some point.
Maybe happen at the pay-per-view.
Or the pay-per-view.
Definitely got to happen at the pay-per-view.
But yeah, very interesting to see them all team up together.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. It seemed odd. I was like, that's such a weird pairing. House of Black, Ricky Starks, and then Big Bill. And then also LFI and FTR.
But, like, if you kind of think about it, like, FTR, AAA champs, right? They love working with Mexican wrestlers, right? And them niggas they decide who they want to work with. So, like, for all we know, they set this shit up to get to this point, you know, because they have that clout. And they love getting young guys over, too, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, this had to have been their doing, bro. Like,
yeah, maybe.
Fucking top guys, baby.
Oh, then I don't remember. I don't remember exactly what was said in the interview. But after this match, I believe it was right after this match, they interviewed Andrade.
Ooh.
And he mentioned something about he's a businessman. I remember him saying something about he's a businessman, something about business, but basically, like, I guess from what I remember him saying, I don't know, I may be wrong, but I believe he was basically saying like that had nothing to do with him.
Oh,
like
okay.
that was on them. The LFI thing interfering in that match, or after that match. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we didn't cover fucking the Sting shit from Dynamite.
We didn't.
Oh, we'll go back to that.
It's all good. I feel like that should be its own thing anyways. So I'm kind of glad we didn't.
So then jumping over, we had Claudio taking on Tracy Williams. Claudio squashed Tracy Williams, a hot sauce Tracy Williams. Then we had the main event, which was fucking amazing. They gave him a full half hour for this match, or more than that because it went long. MJF, Kenny Omega for the World Championship. Obviously, MJF is going for MJF was going for the record that Kenny Omega had set as longest reigning AEW champion. So Kenny Omega was trying to defend that record in this match. This match was fucking amazing. Like I said, MJF even pulled the fucking some flippy shit over the rope to the outside, which we never see him do.
Wow.
He always teases it, but he actually threw it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was wild. But MJF defeated Kenny Omega to retain his world championship, and they even fucking hugged it out and everything after the match. No cheating shit from MJF. It was just a solid fucking wrestling match.
Hell yeah, dog.
That's fantastic match. But
yeah, I need to watch that shit.
Yeah. So let's go back to Dynamite and talk about the gift, quote unquote gift, that Tony Khan gave Sting as one of his retirement gifts.
Woo!
Yeah, turned out to be motherfucking Ric Flair.
So I did throw a woo in earlier when we started talking about Dynamite. I don't know if you caught that, but I did throw one in.
You usually do that as the opening, so I didn't catch it until you mentioned it now.
Yeah, that's why I didn't do the opening like I did the opening. It was all subliminal. I'm sorry. I just couldn't tell you in the moment. It
was over my head. I'm stupid.
It's all good. I'm high as fuck though, so it's cool.
And I'm just stupid as fuck. So that's
no, you ain't. You're just a little slow.
No, I'm slow because I'm fat, and I'm stupid because I'm stupid. Okay, that's different. But anyway, so yeah, Ric Flair is in AEW. Apparently, he's gonna be a part of this retirement little tour for Sting. I don't know if he's gonna just be a manager or if he's gonna try to get in the ring. I have no idea. I did hear that he wanted to get back in the ring because it gives him an excuse to like work out and shit like that.
One more last match.
But yeah, so basically it was great to see because I mean, all right, so a lot of obviously the WWE heads talking a lot of shit because they're like, oh, if this happened in WWE, you guys would be talking shit, blah 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 blah. It was like. For one, it's not like they just brought back some random old wrestler for the hell of it. Sting and Ric Flair have history,
right?
Like they go back to WCW on TBS,
right? There's a lot of history to it,
which
right?
With the station they were on, like that, it's a lot of history there. I am not a big fan of them just like bringing all these old wrestlers back just to bring them back. But this one actually made sense. It's like
it did.
Sting,
right.
Ric Flair was kind of a mentor to Sting when he came in, so it's like it makes total sense.
You can see the legit shock and surprise on Sting's face too.
Yeah, like, he was. He was so happy when he came out there.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But yeah, it was fucking great to see. He asked Flair for the chops and all that shit. But yeah, it was a nice little moment there. Kind of a. I remember seeing somebody commented like, Tony Khan's a fucking billionaire and the best you can do is bring out old ass Ric Flair. But yes, it was a nice little moment. Sting seemed genuinely happy to see his old friend and definitely seemed like it was a total surprise to him. It seemed like he had no idea that was going to happen.
Yeah, he had no idea.
Yeah. I mean, when we heard the music,
yeah,
I couldn't believe it.
I kept saying like, no way, and not until they showed his name on the screen, I was like, no, they fucking didn't. Like, we all know the fucking Ric Flair music, but it's like, nah.
I mean, he was supposed to show up in AEW, over a year ago?
That's exactly what I was about to say. As much shit as I talk about Ric Flair needed to go away, this was nice for Sting, and it was nice for me to watch as a wrestling viewer, because that whole airplane shit, that's when he was supposed to come through when that episode aired on, what was it, Dark Side of the Ring. That's when he was originally supposed to like get...
Yeah, the plane ride from hell, Dark Side of the Ring kind of threw a wrench in those plans because he was supposed to come back and be a manager for Andrade, who was his real-life son-in-law.
Right.
But yeah, so that got scrapped because of that episode of Dark Side. But yeah, so he's in AEW now. We'll see how long he's going to be in AEW. I didn't see any reports on like him being signed to All Elite or anything like that. So this may just be a one-off for Sting's retirement. But
that's what I'm thinking.
We'll see what happens. I mean, who knows? Maybe he came on for this and he sticks around and keeps and is there to manage Andrade.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have no idea. I haven't seen any reports or anything saying anything else. So
yeah, neither have I.
Just gotta kind of wait and see.
Yeah, they did a good job keeping that under wraps because I didn't see that shit at.
Yeah, I didn't see any rumors or anything that Ric Flair was going to be the surprise gift.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, like I said, cool little moment because there was so much history there. Also with Tony Schiavone.
Right.
Tony Schiavone was there too in WCW back in the day.
The whole package. It was incredible. As a wrestling fan, you have to love it. You have to.
One thing I did see was like they totally like ignored Darby the entire time.
Yeah, they did.
Ric Flair came out. Like he just stood there in the corner like a good little boy.
Yeah.
Just mad quiet in the corner.
Hell yeah, dog.
Business.
Fucking play your role, dog. Know your stay in your lane. Because it wasn't about Darby.
No, it wasn't.
Like, I forgot he was there until they pulled out. And they showed the whole... I was like, oh, shit, that's right. Darby's there.
Oh, shit, yeah, I forgot Darby came out, too.
Yeah, shit. But, again, it's significant because it's literal. You're seeing... It's 3 generations of wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the torch, it's ending up with Darby. Like, Ric Flair shit, he led Sting, he helped Sting, you know what I'm saying? Now Sting is helping Darby, but realistically, like it's crazy. Like so that's to me, like it was extremely significant. And as a wrestling fan, sorry, I'm starting to get stuffed up and a little sick. It was incredibly important because it's literally just like the torch passing the baton. But you got to see it with fucking the generation before. And it's that shit was tight. And like you said, Tony being there too, like.
We also forgot to mention Christian came out with Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne towards the end of all this and talked mad shit about Ric Flair.
Yo, he did.
He fucking roasted Ric Flair.
He roasted that nigga.
He said something about, I forgot what his setup was, but he was like, if it was up to God, Ric Flair would have died years ago or something like that.
Yeah.
Yo, he fucking roasted the shit out of Ric Flair. It was great.
Fucking murdered him, bro. And Rick got a kick out of that shit, dog. Like you can see him trying not to enjoy it too much because he knows it's almost over. Just let it go, dog. Good.
Yeah. Oh, and I just tried to search to see if there was any news that popped up. I'm not seeing anything other than Ric Flair. Sting says Ric Flair will be with him every step of the way to the end.
Nice. So whenever we see Sting, we'll see Rick.
Yeah. So it's probably he's probably going to be his manager for the time being until he finally retires.
We know Rick ain't jumping off no balconies.
No.
Woo!
Not seeing anything other than that. But yeah, that's it, I guess.
Word. Hell yeah, I'm getting sick as fuck. You seen it happen live. Well, you seen it happen. Thank you for fucking with us. We are the motherfucking smooth jazz niggas. No, sir. We are the motherfucking Minority Sports Report.
When do we turn into nighttime radio? Smooth jazz hits for your evening pleasure.
For your evening pleasure, bitches. Minority Sports Report Wrestling Edition. Woo! Make sure you follow us all collectively on the interwebs at TMS Report. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you hit the motherfucking bell icon. Skame, where can they follow you, dog?
At Skame666.
Follow me. I'm at the Big Nick. We'll be back next week. Peace out, motherfuckers.